when I started originally on the stage, couldn't hear anything but myself. And I realized Marshall was like, "Wait."
Hey guys, welcome to night 2 of the Rock and Roll Welcome to the Rock and Roll YouTube channel, guys. Welcome to the second night of Deathwish Coffee's Battle of the Bands. These guys just got off the stage, man. I got really say kick-ass job, man. It was incredible. There was a live video of their instrumental. I'm not sure what the instrumental was. It was a full instrumental piece.
Was it that we did 2 tonight? So we did Arabian Shred Suite and we also did Epica Suite.
When you switch your guitar out.
Okay, so then that would be Arabian Shred Suite.
Yeah, that was Arabian Shred Suite then.
Yeah.
There it is. So yeah, these guys they switched their he switched guitar midstream and just kept going, man. And guys from Wilmington, Delaware, really amazing job. Now, can you guys introduce yourselves to our viewers out there?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Dustin.
I'm Dustin Manucci. The Dustin Manucci.
Namesake.
Laudo guitars, and this is called the Vibro Bird. I'm having mine made, which is going to be in pink, by the way.
I am a purple fan, dude, so that's killer.
That's I fell in love with this brand. Amazing.
Definitely.
Shout out to Pete.
Definitely. Shout out to Pete.
Nope. My name is Dylan. I am the drummer for the Dustin Manucci Trio.
My name is Greg. Some of my friends at home call me Red, but I play bass and I sing for the Dustin Manucci Trio.
Now, I want to ask you guys as a band, how long you guys been together?
2 years. 2 years. Oh, it would have been longer, but the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
The minute we auditioned,
I joined January 2020. So then we were practicing, and then by March, and then we picked it back up summer 2021 and played our first show in September 2021.
So, yeah, September.
Yeah.
Man. Now, as far as you guys coming out at Dustin Manucci Trio, who you also played with Nitro Nutra.
And Genesis D and the Black Mambas, and Greg also plays.
I play with Genesis D and the Black Mambas.
Man, yeah. See, we always jokingly say band whores, like the people that are in multiple bands.
We're literally band whores.
They're literally whores.
They're literally whores. Sorry.
Don't hate the player.
Sorry.
Things where I feel like when it comes to being in multiple bands, it's okay if it's one of those things where every band you're in is different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But like if you're in just 3 bands that all play heavy metal, well, what the hell's the point? You know what I mean?
Right.
So as musicians, like we have different outlets for different things that we get to do in each band. So that's when it's like totally acceptable and cool, you know?
Hey, I gotta say, speaking a little bit off air, metal. You and Nitro Nitro is a totally different feel.
It is a totally different feel. And then also, I mean, I don't know what you would classify the trio as. I don't really think genre. Like when I'm
I mean, honestly, and I don't know if it's the hat talking, but you give me a feel like Stevie Ray or
I do. I'm a big fan of Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'm a big fan of the blues, like and a lot of the old school blues, like B.B. King live at the Regal. But I also love blues rock. My favorite band is Larkin Poe.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And but also love the metal stuff, and I love the shred and the fusion jazz stuff too. So
now, are you in a separate band outside of this, or is this your?
I'm not. I'm a one band guy.
There it is.
You know what I mean? I'm not. It's all about monogamy. I'm not polybanderous.
Polybanderous.
Oh my God, that's a new term.
I did play with them for years in the 2010s, and then I lived in Westchester, and then I moved to Wilmington and linked up with these guys. So.
Hell yeah, man.
It was instant chemistry, man. I've known Greg for a long time.
Yeah.
And Greg's an amazing guitar player too, by the way. He plays in an amazing metal band called Trader.
Thank you.
So check them out also. But the minute we clicked, man, we clicked. Like it wasn't anything but like just, all right, this is awesome. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys end up meeting?
So I first met Dustin when he had just come back from LA. That was the first time I met Dustin. He was 24.
Yes.
And I remember asking him, I was like, "You're 24?" And he was like, "Yeah, dude, you want to see my ID?" I'm like, "No, that's okay. He was so skinny. I was like, I thought he was like 18 or something. You know what I mean?" I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, because he was like, "Yeah, dude, I was living off like leaves of lettuce at the time." Like Robin Wilson. Like he was like, "I didn't eat when I was in LA." So yeah, I was that skinny. So
I was like 120 pounds.
Oh yeah,
wet.
soaking wet. Oh my god. And yeah, we kind of just we met each other for the first time then, but then we really built a relationship when I started seeing him. He started working back at Accent Music in Wilmington. It was Newark, considered Newark, but he was working at Accent Music, and we had talked about just different players and bands that we like. And I remember we got together one day and just kind of jammed and showed each other like different music that we've done and stuff we're writing. And yeah, like you said, it just kind of clicked. And it was great. Yeah.
We both liked like some of the old school heavy metal bands. At the time, I was really into like Geek Bay and
Oh yeah, I can tell.
like all the all the neoclassical guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, Greg, like I'm looking at, I want to put together this band. Like, I want to put together this threads, this fusion, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now we know what your influences are. Now, as far as a drummer, who do you like? Who did you grow up emulating?
Yeah, I definitely have a good handful of favorite drummers, but I'd say I don't know about emulate, but just inspiration wise, got to give it to my drum mentor and teacher Ryan Berg at Downingtown, PA. Amazing jazz drummer, even better person. I believe he still teaches at the Downingtown School of Rock in Downingtown, PA. But as far as household names, Neil Peart, Rush, Matt Cameron, Soundgarden, Tim Alexander of Primus, John Theodore of the Mars Volta, and Queens of the Stone Age. Drummers like that. I'm a big. These guys are all 80s. I'm like the 90s, music person. So I mean, we love it all, but like I definitely Soundgarden, Alice in Chains,
Absolutely.
along with a lot of other shit, post hardcore music.
Let me ask you,
That's when I started developing these ticks where I'm just tapping on everything. So they're like, let's get you a drum set. Even like my teachers would just be like, yeah. So they struggled through the years where I wasn't taking lessons and just making noise. But lessons go a long way, kids. Stay in school.
how about you?
Kid. So a lot of my early inspirations growing up were classical music. My father went to Peabody Conservatory for classical music. He got his performance degree in classical guitar. So at the age of 3, he put a violin in my hand.
Wow.
And then I did that for about 4 years. And then at the age of 7, I switched over to classical piano. I did 7 years of classical piano training. It's like, why am I up here entertaining these people that just really know nothing about what I'm doing, but just want to feel cultured? You know what I mean? Right. So I got so sick of it. And I took a year or 2 off of music, I guess, in general, and then started picking up the bass actually initially because I liked Rick James and the Commodores and stuff like that, very bass driven music, and I liked the rhythm of it too. I'm very rhythmically oriented, so I started picking that up. But of course, also at the age of 5 years old, my brother introduced me to Metallica's Ride the Lightning and introduced me to Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and all this other great music. So I said, okay, I also like this heavy metal stuff. And, listing Van Halen's Eruption, I was like, well, I need to learn I got to figure that out too. Like, I got to learn how to play guitar too. So that got my guitar career started at 15, hating my life, but I was playing guitar. So that's all that mattered. All that mattered was I was playing guitar. I'm upstairs in my room sweating because my dad yelled at me to turn off my air conditioning unit. You know what I mean?
Electric, man.
Because he wanted to save all the electric bill, And I'm up there just trying to play the licks and stuff, and I'm sweating my toes, sweating to death. And then I would come downstairs where we had some central air to cool off and get a drink of water and stuff. And I would go right back up to my room and just keep learning songs, keep banging out chords and stuff. And that kind of got me going. And then I started playing in bands at 18 and being on stages,
I have a question for you, Greg.
What's up?
I want to do it live. So when you met me, because you know my love of classical music so much,
Yes.
did it trigger anything when it first met me?
It's like that's the guy.
No, because no,
I'm
because
just kidding.
yeah, that is a great question to ask. The truth is no, because like at that point I'd kind of gotten past all that stuff, being having overbearing music teachers like no, you're practice, no, you're doing it wrong, you're off time, you're this, you're that. Okay, all right, fine.
So when
You know.
switched over to that kind of stuff, how were you receptive with that?
They kind of just accepted it because they were just like,
That's great.
you know what I mean? It took a while for that. But music, I love like Parliament, and I love the Commodores,
yeah.
and I love Cool and the Gang and Rick James, Michael Jackson. I love I like some Tina Turner and all that kind of stuff. I guess really just whatever kind of inspiration
Yeah,
and make you want to
absolutely.
write music and play something. So, that's really it. I listen to whatever I'm feeling at the time. That's all.
Nobody in the band shares my love of Miley Cyrus, though, and I love pop music so much. I do. I listen to everything.
I'll say that. I'll say this. I was not a fan of the song "The Climb" until we played it as a band, and then I was like, "Okay, this is actually a good song." We had this.
Do like a Purple Rain version of the Climb.
It was actually really cool, and I was like, "Okay, this is great."
Now, the one thing I got to say, and I've always said this as far as Miley is concerned, she still has people come out to her show, and even though there's
I love you.
a lot of people in pop music, it's
Dustin wants to date you, Miley Cyrus.
Thing that these people follow. Well, the one thing I'll give Miley is she still does put on a show. She's got that, and that I will give her. There's that. She gives her fans what they want. But I mean, I'm not a Miley fan in any sense, but I will say I respect what she does.
I'm a massive '90s pop fan. I am I really am. Like I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
They're kind of awesome.
Actually, sometimes a sound check we do. I want it that way, or we'll as long as you love me.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like just because people are like, what?
It's great because it brings people. We played a venue one time and they had their windows open, and like everybody on the street could hear us, And so what we did was we sound checked with "I Want It That Way." It brought people in the door. I'm not kidding. It brought people in. They were just like, "Oh, those guys sound good. Wait, Backstreet Boys? Cool. Let me go in and check them out." And then we just played our original music, and they were probably like, "Huh?" But it was great. It was fantastic. We got them in the door. That's all.
As long as they're in the door.
And then even if they left, it's like you already paid money, so too bad.
Now talking about, I mean, you guys did a couple shout outs. Now I know that you guys, we were talking a little bit off air. Shout out to the Oddity Bar in Wilmington.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Shout out to Manny, and Napoleon, man. You guys are great.
They're fantastic.
We cut our teeth there. We definitely cut our teeth there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as people finding you guys, the Dustin Manucci Trio, I know you guys are on Spotify. I just followed you guys earlier, and you're on a lot of other as well.
Every social media platform you can pop. I'm big on the Instagram, on TikTok. You can find us on Linktree, which will have all of our links in order.
Awesome.
On there. So it's www.linktree.com/the Dustin Manucci Trio. DUSTIN MANUCCI. In case bill collectors want to
not good.
My name correct.
And also,
your car's warranty, man.
It's not the Manucci Trio. It's someone.
The Manucci.
Yeah. Someone asked. Someone said, "Oh, you're in the Manucci Trio." No, it's Manucci.
Funny story. I had a bill collector actually say my last name that way, and I told him I got eaten by a great white shark, and made the person actually feel bad for calling. And I was like, look, I'm in here, my time's a loss, and I appreciate it if you do not bother us at this time.
That's great.
I can't help it.
That's great.
I mean, how else are you supposed to handle those people?
It's also a pasta dish, probably somewhere in an Italian restaurant.
It might be.
A lot of meat in that one.
There's a whole lot of meat.
A whole lot of meat.
So my last question for you guys before we call it is goals for 2023. How do you want to see this year ending up for the Dustin Manucci Trio, or yourself personally, or anything like that?
more gigs, bigger gigs. We also are releasing a single that we're so proud of called Midnight Angel. It's not out yet.
Just heard you guys play it, man.
We just played it tonight. It's going to be out probably, I would say, in the next 3 or 4 weeks to be safe. It could be sooner, but please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
WikiFeet, Pornhub,
Pornhub,
we're all on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
Oh,
it's there.
Only hams. Only hams. Not
Cobra Kai.
we're big.
Oh my god. Cobra Kai bands that I just ordered.
Fantastic.
Yeah, big fan Cobra Kai.
I like Miguel's mom. She's the one for me.
I like Miguel's mom too.
Vanessa Rubio, I'm here for you.
But guys, thank you so much for taking a little bit of
Thank
time
you.
out of your
Thank you.
schedule. Thanks for hanging with us. Guys, we will be back with the next band. And until next time, don't leave it. Just leave it better. Have a good one.
Gotcha.
Thanks.